Hello Gemini Moon, welcome to your 777 reading. If you haven't watched one of these readings before, I suggest you watch the intro video, and just keep in mind that this is a general reading. It doesn't take into consideration your personal circumstances, so please just take what resonates with you and leave the rest behind. So, to get started today, I'm going to pull three cards. Well, I've already pulled three cards from the archetype deck. This is so I can get an understanding of the foundation of your energy, basically like setting the scene. And then we're going to pull four cards from a tarot deck to look at the energy that's in and around you. And then another two cards from another tarot deck to look at the energy coming towards you. And then we are going to finish up with three cards from the Shaman Dream Oracle deck, just to give you some guidance. So let's have a look. Alright, so we have the Healer, the One, and the Thread. So perhaps with this archetype, it's pretty self-explanatory. We know what healing means. This could be spiritually, healing the soul. I always say that in today's society, especially in the Western world, you've probably heard of, take care of your mind, body and soul. Well, in the Western world, we're very good at taking care of our mind. That's with education, mindfulness. We're very good at taking care of our body. We've got unlimited types of diets that are out there, gyms, exercise. But in the Western world, we've kind of neglected the soul. So this is really about healing the soul. You've got those snakes there. That's also about transformation. So that's interesting archetype to get with the One. The One is the archetype, the best way to put it is sort of telling yourself that I am everything and nothing at all, to sort of humble yourself. When there's a situation that can be quite overwhelming, this kind of will relate to the Thread, but I'll explain to you this in a second. It's sort of just to remind you and humble yourself so you're not getting too caught up in triggers, I should say, because the Thread kind of represents triggers. Now, it can be positive or negative when we talk about the Thread. So the Thread is something that kind of can pull you into like a different dimension. And I mean metaphorically and figuratively when I'm talking about this. It's kind of like when you have a smell, and that smell can take you to somewhere in the past. It's kind of like threading you through, or a song just reminds you of a time in the past, and that's what I mean. It can be positive or negative. So perhaps there's a thread that or a trigger that is taking you to a place that might need some healing, and to humble yourself. Just saying I am everything and nothing at all is sort of like saying that, I am significant, but I'm not going to, to yourself, you need to be significant for yourself. You need to love yourself, but also to humble yourself. It makes sense to me, but I don't want to offend anyone or make anyone feel, by saying I'm nothing at all. Does that make sense? It's kind of, I want to help you create a balance here, and not get too caught up in the ego by saying that. So I'll come up with a better saying, because I don't want to offend anyone. It's something that I always say to myself to humble myself, because and that's sort of what the One kind of represents, even if you read in the booklet about it. Let me actually get the booklet and see if they've got a better way of saying it. So, okay. So it says, we glimpse ourselves at the vastness of all consciousness, and are neither small nor large within that field. We are neither important nor unimportant. So I guess that's kind of saying what we were saying. It's our ability to experience this archetype firsthand is limited. It comes in brief and potent moments that we are left to savor for a lifetime. The One is both the energy that unites all living beings and our capacity to sense this intimate union. So, there you go, the energy, the foundation of your energy. Now let's look at the energy that's in and around you. Oh, nice. We've already got 3 cards, so I just need one more now. Oof. All right, pretty heavy. We've got the energy that's in and around you is a double 10. You know, I say heavy, but also this is a good thing because the 10 becomes a 1. You're releasing this energy. So we've got the 10 of Wands, which is feeling really burdened, and then the 10 of Swords, which so the burden's on your inspiration, on your motivation, and then there's also the 10 of Swords, which represents perhaps a lot of thoughts and a lot of overwhelming thoughts, I would say. But you're coming out of this. It's probably from the burdens. So we've got a double 10 there. And then we have the 9 of Pentacles, which is all about independence, self-sufficiency. So that's a good card I like to see. And then also the 10 of Cups. So the 10 of Cups is someone who has mastered their has emotional balance and isn't easily triggered by certain situations. So I just want to have a shout out to anyone who is working in the front line in any industry, whether you're a nurse, doctor, whether you're in retail, whether you're in hospitality. When you have, I guess, clients or members or customers, and this is a modern day archetype who acts like a Karen, okay? And no offense to you if your name is Karen. Unfortunately, your name has been associated with a modern day archetype. And when they're complaining about something and you just want to say to them, well, then just leave. Like, you don't want to deal with that energy. But because you want to let them vent, you understand that's the King of Cups. It's someone who has their emotions. They're like, okay, I'm not going to overreact in this situation. I'm going to try and see it from their point of view and see if there's something that we can do to help. And if not, sometimes that's on Karen. All right, so now let's look at the energy that is coming towards you. Okay, I like it. We have the Empress. Please keep in mind that these are not gender specific. If we have the Empress, this is all about self-care. So the Empress is ruled by the planet Venus. And Venus, even though they say men are from Mars, women are from Venus, it's about the energy. Being someone you actually possess both energies within you. And shout out to women these days who are able to really harness both those energies. We've got women now being CEOs. They're able to harness the masculine energy, which is all about assertiveness, going out there and doing things. And they're able to harness the female energy or the feminine energy, which is all about sitting back, self-care. So yeah, this is something that men need to work on, because it's sad, especially in the Western society where suicide is the main cause of death. So we really need to start taking care of yourself and nurturing yourself, understanding that you have emotions, letting them purge, things like that. So and this is in the upright. This is someone who is able to do that, but also someone who is able to plant the seeds and let things come to them. It's the receiving energy. And then we have the Four of Cups. So you can probably see in this image here, you've got that person. The image in this is very, very vivid. But in the traditional tarot deck, you have someone that's sort of sitting under the tree, looking at 3 cups, not emotionally fulfilled by those 3 cups, and then the universe is actually coming in to offer this 4th cup, which is actually better than the 3 cups that person is crying. So it really represents being having apathy. So just be mindful of these 2 energies when you're going through self-care and everything like that. Just be careful of apathy as well, because I guess let's see what guidance. I might elaborate a little bit more when I've got the guidance for you. From the Shaman deck, so let's see. Whew. So we have the deep diver, diving into a task. We have the metox. What did we say about self-care? The metox, which is repairing the mind, the body, mind, and spirit. And then we have eye of the eagle, rising above the fray. Let's have a look at these cards and let me elaborate on all this for you. I'm just taking a breath, just so I can understand the energy and take in all these cards for you. So you can see the cards here. All right, let's go over this again. With regards to the energy, I have a feeling that there's going to be a trigger. There's something that's going to trigger you, and that trigger is going to require some healing. You're going to be aware of this. Know that we are all one. We all have these triggers. We all go through these moments as well, and just practicing that I'm everything and nothing at all. I'm everything and nothing at all to sort of assist with that. But when it comes to the healer, also seek help. Okay? Whether that's depending on what you're going through, whether you need financial help, seek advice from a financial advisor, whether it's legal help, whether it's mental health, counseling, psychiatry, spiritual healing. All these things can help you heal, and it will be important for you, especially if you feel like that you've got a lot of burdens, you're carrying a lot of weight on your shoulders. You feel like your mind is being overwhelmed with everything that is happening right now. At the same time, you're working through your independence. This is a very independent energy to be in, and also having emotional control. So you've actually got all 4 elements with the energy that's in and around you. So in regards to the earth and the water element, very positive cards. In regards to the fire and the air, that's where you'll probably, and that's with regards to your inspiration, and also in regards to your mind, you're feeling a bit overwhelmed, but your emotions seem stable, and you're working on your independence, financial independence. So that's good to see. With the energy that's coming towards you, you've got the Empress. This is all, like I said, about self-care, and letting things come to you. You've already planted the seeds. And then also just being careful of apathy, of being fed up with what you've got. I understand it can be hard these days, especially when you want to reach your goals and perhaps you're a little bit overwhelmed. There might be some healing to do, but you're going to get assistance from the universe with this. So the deep diver, diving into a task. So this is all about giving your all into something. Giving your all into something, going where perhaps not many people have gone. So for example, I don't like to use myself as an example, but I'm not surrounded by a lot of people that are into spirituality. This is something that I've awoken to myself just before the pandemic, actually, and then I got really into it during the pandemic, being locked away for 2 years here down under. And I took a deep dive myself. I didn't need assistance from other people. I was going where I felt like no one has been before, and exploring things on my own. So, and we also have metox, repairing the mind, body, and soul. I guess that's self-explanatory, but you're going to get assistance from the universe in this. And also Eye of the Eagle. I like this card because this is a card that helps humble me as well. So I'll provide you an example. Looking at your life from an eagle eye point of view, if you were able to, zoom out on your life, between now and when you pass away, and let's treat it like it's the life expectancy of an average person. So you're looking probably about 90 years, even 100, right? And if you are someone, maybe you've been triggered by a past love and you're thinking, you have that negative talk in your head, with the Ten of Swords. and you start to believe in that, oh, I'm never going to find love again, I'm never going to see. If you knew that, say, at age 40 or 45 or later down the track, that you were definitely going to find the love of your life, or meet that number one person, then maybe you wouldn't be so upset or having those negative thoughts right now, and having that restrict you from having fun and enjoying yourself in the meantime. So have a think about that, and think about times where you now look in the past and you're like, actually, I was having a good time down there. Why was I worried about these certain little things? I always say, take the 5-year rule. If it's something that you're not going to be worried about in 5 years' time, why give it so much significance now? You do what you want. It's up to you. Everyone's got free will, but these are just helpful tools, So that's it, Gemini Moon. I hope something in this reading resonated for you. I wish you all the best. Much love and take care.